I'm all in it. I'm trying to master it. And hear me. Watch what I'm getting ready to tell you. I had no idea how much time it would take away for me to be effective. Right now, as y'all heard me being facetious, but I'm telling the truth, even with my boss, right now that we're learning these new systems, I'm very new to it. They do it with their eyes closed. And hear me, I'm not going to be satisfied until I master what it is that I do. I'm a person that has to master what it is that I do. I have to know the ins and outs. I want to be able to do it in my sleep. The moment you know you're mastering something is when you can come away, don't have that material in front of you, and someone call you, and you can say, hit this button, go to this screen, go to the fifth screen here, the fifth option down, and that type of thing. And you can walk them through a process without even having to look. That lets you know that you are mastering something. I never knew how much, watch this here, you never know how much it takes for a person to be effective. You don't know the hours behind the scenes in order for people to become effective. And I never expected, hear me, paying the kind of prices that I paid to get to a place what people would call successful. I don't think I've arrived at that place yet. I never dreamed that I would have to have the energy level that would be affected in so many ways that they are affected. For the last 10 years or last 12 years of my life, I was a heavy itinerant preacher. I had to, I'm now starting to slowly like come off the road a little bit. I'm not going as much as I used to. Why? Because things have shifted and catapulted in my life. And now I'm back to working, and now I'm doing it. And hear me, I only decided to go back to work because of the job that I loved that I was doing, and because I knew that I was needed. I know that there were people that can speak into my Shelby that say, hey, this can work for you. Because hear me, you have to know how to do ministry outside of just your pulpit. Some preachers are only one-dimensional. They only know how to do ministry inside the four walls of a pulpit. Why? Because they have control there. But can you go do ministry with a bullhorn on the corner? Can you go do ministry? Y'all ain't gonna say nothing to me. You got to know how to do ministry in the marketplace. And some of us right now, we're excellent, amen, in the pulpit, but we're poor in the marketplace. And I'm able to go into the marketplace and be able to take the gifts that God has given me and take the know-how to what he has given me and make sure that I'm impacting kids. Yesterday, even with my kids, dude, when you first heard me start this video on today, you heard me talk about my kids in my Max Kids program. And I mean, we have some of the greatest times in those classes. We laugh. They're so in tune to what it is that we're doing. We're making sure that we're impacting lives. And people leave because they're not hearing somebody, shut up, sit down, I hit you upside the head, you're dumb, you're ignorant, you're stupid. They don't hear that from me. And I told them day one, those young men, I'm going to talk to your future. What good can come out of this area? Are y'all listening to me? Remember, they said, what good can come out of Nazareth? I want to know what good can come out of your zip code. What good can come out of your state? What good can come out of your city? And sometimes we are draining ourselves because we have grown up in an environment where they told us that we'll never get to the place that we needed to be. You gotta have true marketplace ministry. And some of us right now, you may not have preaching in front of your name, but if you go back and look at the Great Commission, we all are ministers that are supposed to go out into the highways and the byways. And if you read the Great Commission, you will see all of us have a responsibility. We all are ministers in our own right. You may not be in that pulpit the way other people are. You may not be on TBN like some of the other people. You may not be on Impact. You may not be on Word Network, but hear me, there is a ministry on the inside of you, and you have to understand what your ministry is called to be. Let me close right here, amen, and I promise to let you go. Apostle Stinson, amen, your brother Apostle Indirect, amen, is looking forward to seeing you tonight at the anniversary services. I know you're going to come with a word, so we're looking forward to hearing from you tonight, amen. Tonight we're beginning to kick off for 20 years for my wife's ministerial anniversary here in Chicago. To God be the glory. Let me close right here. Let me close right here real quick. You got to finish strong. I've been saying this for the last couple of days, and I want to continue it. We got to know how to finish strong. When you do what you've always wanted to do, it will be better than you ever imagined. And can I say it like that to kind of end this real quick? When I started investing into my own purpose, my purposeful growth, and my personal growth, I didn't think that I would get a compounding return immediately. Did y'all hear what I said? When you're connected to the right power supply, you get an immediate return immediately. That's why I can preach sermons like I'm a mighty good investment. Hey, did y'all hear me? Some of y'all right now need to write that down. You're a mighty good investment. Some people need to know how to invest in you, because I'm telling you, the payoff or return would be great for them. Some of you who have invested either into Kingdom Leadership Coaching, Elijah to Elisha, the seminary school, my other mentorship program, the gate, all those great things, the things that y'all have invested in, y'all have seen great dividends of return, because these are your testimonies that you give. For me personally, for people that I mentor and I coach, people that's on my team, I never dreamed that it would be as much fun that it is. I knew I would have fun. I knew I would have laughs. I knew that I would have a good time, but I never knew I would have this much fun. I was telling one of the mentees today. I mean, we argue every day. I'm telling every time I talk to them, there's some kind of argument. There's some kind of idiosyncratic slug that's being thrown. We say great things, and hear me. And at the end of the day, watch this here. It is fun because they leave every conversation with a nugget, a principle, something that helped them go further along in their journey. And hear me. Sometimes our conversations are not good. Sometimes I got to beat the brakes off of them. Sometimes I got to tell them, hey man, pull your pants up. Come on, quit. Don't be immature all your life. Don't act immature all your life. You got to grow up in some areas. Shut your mouth sometimes. You talk too much. Hey, this is just who I am. And they'll tell me, I have no sense. I just throw slugs all day. I throw haymakers. They say a lot of things. But watch this. At the end of the day, they can relate, because sometimes you have to understand what you dream about. You have to be truthful. People love, and this is what I'm going to leave you with. My kids said this to me the other day, and I'm very open with them. I'm very honest with them. They know a great part of my life. They know a great part of my life. They know exactly what I do. One kid asked me one day, their mother is actually on my Facebook page. They said, hey, my mom said that you do Facebook Live. Show us one of your videos. And can I tell you, they saw the video, and this is how I knew. They said, remember the day you talked about accountability versus responsibility? And I sat there and I laughed. I said, wow. And they said, that changed my mom's life. They said my mom had changed and transcended the way she looks at things to the place where she's growing, and where my mother didn't work, now she's working. Where now another person that was an employee is now a supervisor. Are y'all listening to me? So hear me. It's so much fun when you're able to impact lives and teach people the way that not just seemeth right, but the way that is right. And so many of us right now, we have got to get to a place where we say that we have to do what we were born and was created to do. It is impossible to consistently behave in a manner inconsistent with how we see ourselves. We're going to have to know how to we're going to have to learn how to know our self-image. Can I close with this real quick? Here it is. You cannot outperform your self-image. You cannot outperform your self-image. If you don't realize that you have a genius on the inside of you, and you have a genuine value that is worth investing in, you will never get to the place of promise of where you're supposed to be. Until you learn that you're going to have to get up off your do nothing to do something, and quit waiting for things to be handed to you, and for people to handicap you, and for people to do this, that, and the other, you're going to have to remove the lid off of your potential. Let me close right here. I got to get up and make impact, because she gonna text me in a minute. I promise you. You got to take the lid off of your potential. If you want to become the person that you need to be, you have to have the potential to be. If you know that you can, no matter what nobody else say, you have to speak that I know that I can, and I know that I will. Self-esteem is a great big thing, and most people who don't believe in themselves will knock immediately their self-esteem. You have got 100 acres of possibilities. It is time for you to cultivate them, and you have now got to convince yourself that you will get to the place that you need to be. You will never outperform your self-image. So you have got to say to yourself, if today going to be a mighty good day, you better perform like that's what you're getting ready to do. And I got to get ready to get out of here, but I promise you this, no factor is more important than your psychological development or your value judgments than what you think about yourself. Every aspect of your life is impacted by how you see yourself. The question is, it's not how the world sees you. is how you see yourself. And I hope you see yourself as a person that is the lender and not the borrower, the head and not the tail, above and not beneath. I am saying to myself, God is getting ready to move to the great places that you need to be. And I promise you, you're getting ready to move to a fascinating place in God. Love all of y'all. Have an amazing day, everybody. Go with God and knowing God as I do.